Hello again, Struckwap. Welcome back to another stream of mine. Today I will be doing, well, kind of what I was doing yesterday, maybe change things up, experiment with some more items. But yeah, tomorrow is supposedly the endgame patch for Torchlight 3. So we will be playing on the live server tomorrow, at least I will be playing on the live server tomorrow. But until then, until we get the Fazier's dungeon on the live server, I will be playing some more here on this server. Should I start with this hero? I say let's start with this hero right now. And I guess my pet just heard me talking and woke up and now wants some food, so I'm just gonna give him food. So he won't bother me until the end of the stream. So yeah, I uploaded, by the way, to those of you who play Warhammer Chaos Bane, I uploaded a new video but old build. New video but old build, and I think I forgot to do something. I need to restart the game very quickly. Very quick change to my launcher settings. Just a second here. Okay, this should let me enter the game. This should let me enter the game if I restart it. I forgot I was missing an option there. I was missing an option and I wouldn't connect to the server unless I have this option. So that should do the trick. I was having problems. I was having problems patching today. There was like a 200 megabytes patch and it just kept getting stuck, and Steam couldn't give me download speed, although I could afford that download speed with my internet. But okay, it's working now. I should be able to go into the server. Okay.
Potions for you? Potions for your little friend? Oh.
Gear bundle. Do I want some gear on this hero?
Yes. Potions.
Or should I open it with another one? Should I keep... I can go back to leveling the what's it called? The summoner mage later. I'm just gonna play a little bit with this one. Electric shock crit chance. This is nice though. It's very nice. Electric shock and crit chance.
Oh, is that all?
Sell all pet items.
Can I offer you a drink? See you next time.
I'm still trying to get the Lil Drake, by the way, on this hero. Still trying. I probably would keep trying until they wipe this and still not get it. On the other hand, this is pretty nice. If only it wasn't basic attacks and chance to chill.
Potions for you? Potions for your little friend?
Alright, we're getting rid of this and let's keep moving to... Let's keep moving to... Actually not the Gamber yet. Not the Gamber yet. Let's go to my fort. I'm gonna post that I'm live in the meantime while it's loading up in the self-promotion channel. Okay, let's see where am I gonna go. Let's do this. Let's do a little bit of this. Mega packs kind of broke me last time. It got me disconnected so quickly. Let's see how many times I'm gonna get disconnected today. In fact. Also, I'm gonna quickly check if I'm losing frames. I'm dropping 0.0% frames. Nice. But yeah, today kind of starting my stream late. I've been busy with editing and YouTube stuff.
It's trapped.
So the damage numbers are still getting delayed. Sometimes, of course, not every time. And there's the first disconnect. There is the first disconnect. Let's do the next one. Let's see. Did it vote? I'm gonna try and start the same map if it allows me to. Right, now it's different maps. I'm gonna start this one then. Okay, we're voted. See this. Oh no, 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 Netherwell. No, don't die. That was a close one. Wait, what's my volume? Oh, it was down to 6. Let's bump it up to 10. I was wondering why everything was so quiet. Not sure whether when I increase the volume on my headset it actually increases the volume that you guys are hearing. I'm assuming it does.
Anymore.
Okay, let's see what's here. Don't need. I'm still hoping to get this one piece too, and I can try it before this hill gets wiped. I mean, there aren't that many things I want to try. There are a few things on the mage I want to try, a few things on the sharpshooter I want to try. When it comes to the Realm Master, most of the things I wanted to try I already have. When it comes to Forged, it's kind of the same. Most of the things I wanted to test I have. So just need on this one the what's its name, the Leo Drake pistol. And on the mage need the entropy item and I forgot what the other one was that I needed. Oh, I have to check. I guess I have to check which ones I'm missing. But it was nice. Yesterday getting that energy spike item on the mage allowed me to really find a bug. Where that Ebon Grasp, the energy spike legendary was not really working. So it would be nice if they kind of bump up the drop rates maybe on the test realms. If they want more feedback on more items and tell which items might be imbalanced in the overpowered way or in the underpowered way. Okay. Now how am I doing? 2 more. Okay, we get those 2 and then we can maybe go for the boss fight. That's a what? Stormbringer, boom boom. Oh, shit. Getting sandwiched between Stormbringer fields and dynamites. And actually I'm going the wrong way.
Your pet is fleeing.
Oh yeah, it is fleeing.
Dying.
And Getrex is back. Don't use Lightning Relic, it disconnects me too. But I don't want to use other relics. Why should I not use the Lightning Relic when I want to use the Lightning Relic?
Your life is slipping away.
Come on, all is not lost.
And Marauder, welcome back Marauder. Nice to see you again. But yeah, I don't wanna use a relic that I don't wanna use. I mean, what's the point of using a relic that I don't like? I know it's gonna disconnect me with this relic. It's obvious that this is the cause, because whenever I play my mage, I don't get disconnected. But still, I wanna use this relic. I'd rather them fix this relic to not disconnect instead of being forced to use another one. But don't worry, everything's getting changed soon. Everything's getting wiped. I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing for the sake of pushing. I'm playing for the sake of doing endgame. I don't care whether I reach level 200 or 100 or 50. It's not gonna give me any satisfaction reaching that level. I don't care about trivial pixel things like those. It's just pixels. It's just numbers next to your name. It's not gonna give me any reward or anything like that, unless they add rewards. Unless they add rewards for reaching certain stages. But again, even if they had rewards, everything would have been wiped. So yeah. Although on my mage, where I use the ice relic, I really do get disconnected much less. But I still do get disconnected, probably because, well, I'm far from the server. By the way, how did you get to play the server from Australia? How did you manage to connect to the server GetRexed from Australia? Are you using a VPN? Or did they give you a command to use VPN? Okay. So they've unblocked VPN access. That's nice to know. Someone was telling me they can't connect with a VPN. I guess it's not really like that. And Dopewakus was saying thank you for the videos. Well, I love that people are loving my videos as well. If you're still watching Dopewakus, there will be a lot more. There will be a lot more videos for Torchlight 3 once they give us the new relic update in a few weeks. There will be at least 20 build videos with a prospect for 80 to 100 different builds that I can make, but there will be at least 20 as my first as my first plan. One for every hero, for every relic. I'm gonna have to spend time leveling those, so probably I'm gonna be doing that on the test realm, so I don't have to complete the story 20 times on the live server. But yeah, I'm a big fan of how this game is shaping up. And that's gonna be a lot of content for me to make. One can only be happy when things are turning out this way. By the way, to those of you watching on YouTube, it's my first day of monetizing my video content on YouTube. So if there's a lot of ad interruptions, I've set it to be automatic. So if YouTube is interrupting the stream or what, let me know so I can do changes to the video so that it could stop interrupting. I've set YouTube to do everything automatically when it comes to monetization. So I have no idea how often it interrupts the streams. Does it do picture in picture or does it completely cover the whole stream? I'm still new to this whole thing, so I really have no idea how it will be handled. So yeah, to those of you watching at my video on YouTube, if there is too much and you're unhappy about it when it comes to the interruptions, do let me know so I can try and fix it. Let's see here what's in this side. Let's check this one. My pet's been bugging me. I just gave him food at the start of the stream, so he definitely shouldn't be bugging me for food. Probably asking to play. Alright, quest finished. Shit. Sometimes I can't see on time where the lightnings are gonna hit. And Darek, welcome back, Darek. Oh shit. I'm not sure where I took all that damage from. Is it this way? Oh yeah, it is this way. I'm just gonna go for the boss room.
You feel refreshed.
Okay. This one's done. So yeah, I'm gonna do a few more maps on this hero and then switch to my mage summoner probably.
Your inventory is full.
But yeah, if I switch my relic, it's completely switching the whole purpose of my build. If I switch from a different relic, that's why I just don't wanna switch relics. I wanna be doing that whitening strike setup. I want my damage to come from whitening strikes, not from my own skills. Although I do have relics, I do have a cold heart here, which is kind of badly leveled up cold heart that the PC and that NPC leveled up for me. And then there's those Banes that the NPC leveled up for me as well. Actually, one of them is not even leveled up. Okay, let's do a couple more maps and then switch to a different hero as usual.
his back.
But yeah, this electric relic is overloading the server queue. I think. There's probably some sort of a queue. At least that's how I imagine it's working. There's some sort of a queue in regards to how damages are processed. So it processes this damage and this damage and this damage first, and then eventually processes the other one or other ones. And that's why sometimes I have to wait until it's done doing the calculations before I actually can pick up items and attack stuff once it gets like frozen. But this is just my impression of what might be happening sometimes when I overload it with damage. Like how this enemy was getting his HP down, then up with all the delays and desyncing. Oh, and hopefully tomorrow we're gonna be seeing a fix for those things. Because yeah, the end game is getting patched to the regular, to the live server. And I'm gonna start playing on the live server tomorrow. Once the end game gets patched to it. Hopefully with some fixes for the connectivity issues. I'm also looking forward to making builds for Wosen. Believe me, Wosen is a game that I really like. I just don't like how it got handled on launch. I don't like how they rushed it. I don't like how badly it was balanced, but I still have hopes for Wosen as well as a game. So once they patch it, and if that's a big if I think it's balanced enough, I will be returning back to Wosen 2, and I will be making content for this game and Wosen and Chaos Bane. Because in Wosen, yeah, the biggest problem was the balancing. The balancing was the biggest problem there, and the slow level up speed. It was painfully slow to grind levels after level 80. Unreasonably slow. I mean, I saw no reason of why the leveling up speed should be this slow after level 80. It's as if they swapped some random numbers. They were like, alright, let's think of some random numbers of how much XP we need for this level and for that level. And at the end they just gave up and just swapped some random numbers. Added a few zeros for the last 10 levels. Am I stuck in an infinite loading screen or what's happening here? Alright, let's switch heroes now. Let's switch heroes to this one. Out of all the heroes that I'm using, only one is not using the electrode. But at the current state of the game, I just don't like the other relics as much as I like the electrode. Yeah, I like the ice relic, and for certain builds I do like, when I'm using relic active, I like the blood drinker, but that kind of is it. Not a really big fan of the current flaming destroyer, so I will be a big fan of the new flaming destroyer and knowing what's gonna change with it. And there's, believe me, some very fun and nice changes for the flaming destroyer coming. What should I do? Mega packs? Mega packs from Mega XP? Mega XP. There's some fireworks in my city going on. Interesting. Probably someone has a birthday. 20th of July. I don't remember it being like a holiday or something. So must be some rich person having a birthday and wasting money on fireworks. Something like that. Relic level up. Oh, that's what I was waiting for. Level 10 of that relic. And let the disconnect begin. Let the disconnects begin on this build as well. And hi to the person who is back to... What was his name? Tochi? Tochi? Was it Tochi? I keep forgetting what this Asian name was. I'm gonna look it up again just to remember. I think it was Tochi when I looked it up yesterday. But welcome back to my stream to you. I'm gonna look it up quickly. Translate. Tochi, yeah, so I actually did remember that that's what the name meant. Yeah, welcome back, Tochi. By the way, to all my anime fan viewers out there, who is watching God of High School? I was talking about it some time ago that I love the webtoon. Is there anyone here who is watching that anime, and what do you think about it? I personally am so happy that they finally made this webtoon and anime, and that a studio like is it Mappa? I think it was Mappa that's handling it. Took this this webtoon to animate it. I mean, of course, it's Crunchyroll who produces it, but they hired a very good studio for the fighting scenes. So far, every Mappa anime I've watched has been amazingly well done when it came to the fighting scenes. And yeah, that was the thing that's the biggest pull in this anime. In Tower of God, the fighting scenes are gonna be so amazing, especially without spoiling much. Eventually you're gonna see some god related stuff. It's not gonna be just martial arts and stuff, it's gonna be god powers. There's gonna be traveling to other dimensions and stuff like that. So maybe that's just a little teaser without actually revealing too much and spoiling anything. But yeah, there's gonna be some serious stuff. So it might seem like that high school kind of martial arts tournament story, but believe me, it becomes so much more than just this. If you haven't watched it, that's my recommendation for the currently ongoing season. I think from all the things that are currently playing, that's probably my favorite from this current summer season. Come on, come on. Can't wait for the next Crunchyroll series, Noblesse, which is actually a webtoon that's already done. So you can read all 500 and something chapters of Noblesse if you like that vampire werewolf kind of story with mutations and stuff like that. Noblesse would probably start when God of High School is done. Because God of High School started when Tower of God's first season was done. So they're probably going to do the first season of God of High School, then do the first season of Noblesse. And there is actually an there actually is a old Noblesse anime, which was I think made to promote the webtoon probably. It's kind of like a side story or a prequel, let's say. But yeah, it's so nice to see Koreans and Japanese partnering to make those Korean webtoons into Japanese anime. There's so many. I mean, this whole app, the webtoon app, has so many things that are worth animating. So many things from all over the world. If someone needs some recommendations, hit me up sometimes. I can give you and send you some private messages with some of the series I'm reading. Oh, look at how many are here with those mega packs. Should I finish this map? Like, should I clear it or should I just go kill the boss? I'm probably gonna go kill the boss. I've already got a lot of XP. Just kill this guy for the fame and then just go for the boss. Ah no, I used the wrong skill. I used my relic activation, which I didn't want to. I was keeping it for the boss fight. Well, I'm gonna have to do the boss fight without the relic activation. Ah, fuck. Sometimes when I run out of mana, it's kind of hard. I was expecting to stun them and then I notice I'm out of mana. Alright, let's go for the boss now. Enough of this. Let's see what's happening here. Bruce Killis. Alright, Bruce Killis.
Your pet has arrived.
Some of the names in the game are an amazing play of words. I think it's Sean who comes up with those weird names. He's the mastermind behind those weird names, I think. I'm loving those weird names though. I'm really a big fan of puns and and things like that. The community manager Bean is also famous for being a fan of puns.
Your pack is full.
Let's see. Oh, I might actually get an upgrade soon. Looking for something with chance to shock. This is my only rule right now, is to be one-handed and with chance to shock, or a socket where I can add it myself, like this one. What's happening now? Come on, Blinky boy, hold me in. It's taking a while. Am I gonna get disconnected? Probably getting disconnected. Yeah. Should I just out and F4 this shit or wait? Oh, did you see this? It loaded me into the same place. Wow. I'm not sure what I did. I started pressing escape and 1, 2, 3, 4 and spacebar just to see if I can just force it to do something, anything. Let's try again. Escape, escape, 1, 2, 3, 4, spacebar, left click, right click, 1, 2, 3, 4, escape. That's a new thing for me. No, I can't complete this map now. This is gonna be a failed map and it's gonna reset my progress.
You can't use
I gotta love test servers, but it's test servers. I mean, things like that are kind of to be expected. Oh, and now it doesn't load up my characters. Now it did. I guess it desynchronized my account with the server and it thought I was playing on an empty account or something. Yeah, the things I can see sometimes. Oh, I'm assuming now the game would think we failed the mission. Let's see for a moment. This one here, I'm gonna level it up. Let's sell.
You look.
Oh, I've got a lot of stuff to sell. I'm wondering if the entropy item works. I'm gonna try and gamble now. I'm gonna sell all my maps and all my items that I don't need, and then I'm gonna try and gamble for one-handed things. Maybe I can get that entropy legendary. Has anyone tested the entropy legendary and know whether it works? Or whether it's gonna be yet another broken item like the one I found yesterday. Perfect. I'm wondering whether this one's gonna be better. Probably not, because no chance to shock. Okay, I'm gonna be using that one.
Come back with more coin. Year for coin. Year for coin. Oh, you'll be back.
Yeah, it always gave unlimited items. It always gives unlimited items, but it's just boring to just keep clicking on that NPC for items. But you can always get items from him. It's always worked like that. Although if I go, I'm not sure whether it will reset my level to 44, but I can make a new hero and gamble on that new hero. But again, it's boring. It's boring doing it. Yeah, I do it every time I make a new hero. I do it 5, 6, 7, 8 times until I get at least 1, 2 legendaries. But then I stop. I mean, it definitely is an easy way to get certain items as long as you... Oh, it actually counted this as completed. That's an interesting thing. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna need this weapon because I can't get a good chance to shock on a... It's gonna be 4 or 5% if I enchant it from a one-handed and not from a offhand.
Alrighty. Oh, that's interesting.
Shriekbeak, yeah, it's gonna be Shriekbeak. Yeah, tomorrow is the patch. Can't wait to play on the live server and hopefully not get disconnected tomorrow. Okay, this one should be killed now. The typical Stormblade drop, as expected. Running partner, nice. My first find of running partner since the early access phase started. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually seen running partner unlocked on my pet skills. And I've got those two on my other server, so this was the only one that I was missing on the other server, on the live server. I had all of them except this one. On this server I just haven't gotten those two. But I'm gonna get them eventually. All of them. I'm gonna start pushing for farming all the stuff after the first wipe.
I could do that. That one.
Oh, traps, let's do this. I'm gonna do the pets first. I'm wondering when we're gonna be getting the next update on the test realm. Probably 2 weeks from now, or 1 week from now, for the relic update on this test realm. Although it might be more than I expect, because you know they gotta make new effects for the new skills, they gotta make new sounds for the new skills. So that's animation, that's sound. It's not as quick as one might think to make a new skill completely from scratch. And if every relic is getting a bunch of new skills, that's a lot of things. Even if they reuse some of the current relic skills and effects, even if they reuse those, they're still gonna have a lot of new stuff to create. Right, I need to get to a safe spot away from power coils.
It's trapped.
Come on, come on, come on.
Level up.
Barely doing any damage right now. I guess I just need better gear, and eventually it will end up doing a lot of stuff, a lot of damage. How many more? One more message. Did the Stonebringer? No, he didn't die. Sometimes it's hard to tell where the storm is gonna hit if it coincides with my own purple AoEs on the ground.
You are wounded.
Okay. By the way, it's weird, I'm using the Whitening Relic and I'm not getting disconnected now. Is it because my build is not ready and it's not doing that many hits per second, which means not as many procs per second, so I'm not breaking the server yet. Because by this time on any other electrode build from the level 60s I would have been disconnected at least once by now. You haven't gotten that one message, wow, okay. Oh, that evasion. Am I maxing out my evasion right now? 'Cause I've been evading a lot. Evading, blocking, evading, blocking. Button. Evasion 40, block 38. Okay, that explains a lot. Okay, next. Come on, come on. Did the monster just evade? Or is that my pet's evading? I can't tell who's evading, the monsters or my pet. I think those monsters have built-in evasion. Right, I'm not gonna summon... Never mind. I would say I'm not gonna summon to see if the evasion would still work. It could have been my pet evading actually. Let me check. Pet evasion. There's no evasion, just block for the pet. Alright, gotta hydrate a little. Where's my tea? Okay. I say enough of playing on this hero for a bit. Let's do something else. Let's change heroes. I'm just gonna get rid of some items quickly. And change to another hero and then come back to this one later. Unless someone wants to see more of this one. My evasion is still 40, even without this. The chance to shock, I guess it's time to lose the chance to shock. Too big of a damage difference.
Your pet has arrived.
Let's get damage. But yeah, the more procs I've got, the faster I disconnect. This is why this Stormstruck build disconnects so quickly. Because there's too many things that are proccing Whitening Bolts. So the more things that I've got, regardless whether it's Shock Bolts or Poison Bolts or Firestorms or whatever, although Firestorms probably won't be possible unless I'm using the that shield, the firewall with the fire bolts that are piercing. But yeah, the more things we've got to proc this one, the bigger the chances of disconnecting. And when you've got points into this one, each one of those can proc this one too. And when you've got, as Rexer said, shock bolts. Shock bolts would definitely be able to proc Lightning Strike as well.
You can't cast that here.
I'm really hoping this is not the case on the live server, because I'm gonna be very disappointed if tomorrow they patch the live server and I keep getting disconnected when using the electrode. Because I just don't want to use a different relic for specific builds. Because I'm making my builds around the electrode, at least some of them, until they change the relics. It's like me drinking tea and being forced to drink coffee because tea gets me to vomit. That's kind of what's happening with the disconnects and not being able to use electrode. If this metaphor kind of makes some sense to people. It's like being allergic to that relic. The server's allergic to fast proccing builds with the Lightning Strike. Oh, I should have went for a piece before this map. Alright, after this map I'm gonna make a peace break. See. You test it with 12 extra boats and you get instant DC with Relic Ultimate activation. I sometimes get disconnected even without the Relic Ultimate activation. But yeah, 12 bolts is kind of an overkill, but it's amazing damage with 12 bolts. 12 bolts is just so much damage. By the way, what difficulty were you playing on? Were you playing on ridiculous or on a different difficulty? Like, what's your lowest played difficulty on that test realm? And did you notice the difference in damage between ridiculous and practice, if you've played practice? Because I tested it, and on practice I do, let's say in practice I do 100% of my damage. In ridiculous I only do 30% of my damage. I'm really not a big fan of this. Of an invisible damage decrease that the game is not telling us about. I mean, it would be nice to at least know about it somewhere, to see a text, something, some written message when selecting difficulty that tells us, hey, your damage is gonna be decreased by X%. In this difficulty, X% plus Y% in the other difficulty, and so on. It's not that the DPS is more in practice, but the DPS is less in ridiculous. I think practice is your full DPS, whereas every next difficulty you select kind of reduces this bit by bit. Not sure if every difficulty reduces it, because I've only tested practice and ridiculous. I think I played on normal for a little bit on one of the heroes, but not for long enough to do some testing, and that was before level 60. Not a big fan of not knowing about this until I do the change myself.
Do that.
Come on. Normal is same as practice. Okay, that's good to know. So hard, painful and ridiculous is where the damage starts dropping. I really find it weird why they decided to not mention this anywhere. Maybe it's a bug, or maybe they forgot to write about this this change. I'm wondering how it will be tomorrow in the live server.
Can't cast that.
come on.
Your pack is too heavy.
Damage with Cyclone mode. I'd rather keep my damage with Cyclone mode. I would really rather keep damage with Cyclone mode. Alright, Pet, go and sell some stuff. It would have been nice if I pick up 2 of the same shrine to just get that extra duration added. So let's say I pick up a poison shrine and I use up 50% of the duration of the poison shrine, and then I pick up another poison shrine. This should add 100% of the duration on top of the 50% left, and just prolong the duration. So you can kind of, like right now when I had 2 poison shrines, it would have been nice to just get another whatever seconds the duration was on top of the base one. Because RNG is weird sometimes. You see how it spawns right next to each other, 2 shrines of the exact same type. And it's like a wasted shrine. Unless you're backtracking and then returning to grab the other one on your way back.
You're badly hurt.
Come on game, drop me some potions. I know you want to.
You are dying.
Come on, come on, come on.
You can't cast that. Can't use that skill.
Right, heavy tech pot. Oh, another legendary recipe. There's been a lot of recipes here in this map.
Can't use that skill.
Again, the same layout. They really should add more high-vid boss layouts, pre-boss zone layouts, or just more boss zone stages. Cause it's just this one and Kronk, and that's it. In regards to layouts, to designs, and just the one that they use for Kronk and the one they use for Psora. Really need some more boss room stages. And whenever we do the maps, if it's a boss, it's gonna be the Kronk stage as a layout, even if it's a different boss. If it's Psora, it's gonna be the Psora one, of course. And if it's not a boss map, if it's a regular high-vid map, it's always this one. Always this one. at the boss stage. Let's see now. Right, pet, go sell.
Your pet is back.
4 legendary recipes in this map, or was it 3 and I had another one from before? Anything for enchanting? I guess no. Maybe I've got some stuff I can put in here. Or here. Oh shit, I just poked my eye by accident. I was trying to scratch my eyebrow and my finger went right into my eye, into my iris. Ah shit, okay, I'm gonna play with one eye for a while until this one feels better. Gearwalkie or relic cooldown? Or relic cooldown. Let's be greedy and go for Gearwalkie. Shit, I've got some Vizin next to my monitor. Where is my damn Vizin? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself to put some eye drops in my eye, because I might have hurt it. Just a moment. Right, I'm think that's all I can do. Hopefully it feels okay in a moment. What's this? A physical mostly map with shocking enemies. Or is it shocking mostly map with a little bit of physical enemies? I guess it's shocking mostly map with a little bit of netherim every now and then.
Cast that spell. You're close to dying.
Ah no, no.
Your health is
Don't
low.
die, don't die. Don't die. He's gonna die. Don't die. Forged. Gonna have to pull them back here and kill them one by one. This one, see, this one is broken. It's not healing me. It's supposed to heal me for 15% HP. I didn't get a single percent HP heal. Okay, let's use it now again. See, didn't get a single percent HP heal. I think it's broken. I mean, I've been noticing this being broken, but I thought it's wagging. Well, it's not. It's simply not healing. Because 15% HP is something we would have noticed. Pay attention, 25,000. Well, it's still 25,000 after using it. And it's not even doing the healing over time, or is it? Yeah, it's not even doing the healing over time. I think I've got maybe healing on kill on an item or something like that. Let's see. No healing on kill. Maybe health regenerated per second somewhere. No. So, does the pet heal me? Because at least the pet is healing. What about Dryad's neckband? Dryad's neckband is there. So right now this just doesn't wanna heal. It's broken. I need to remember this. I need to open up my notepad and write it down. Power projection heal bug. Okay, I'm gonna report that later. I'm wondering if it has been reported. After this map I'm gonna check if someone reported the power projection healing being broken.
Strength is returned.
Do you think the Steam forum critics are valid or exaggerated? I have not even read the Steam critics, because I don't really care what others think about the game. I care only about what I think about the game. So yeah, I've read some reviews. When the game launched, I scrolled down and read like 3, 4, 5 reviews. But since then I haven't, so I like read on day 2 or day 3 some of the reviews. And that's about it. I really don't need someone else to tell me about this game. It's not gonna change my opinion of the game. I already know all the flaws and all the pros of the game. And I'm already giving my feedback regarding the things that I think could need some change and could become better. But yeah, if you tell me some of the things, I can tell you whether they're exaggerated. I could tell you some of the things I read very early on, right when the game launched, were just purely comments from people who have no idea about the game systems and mostly fanboys posting reviews. It was mostly Path of Exile or Diablo fanboys who were expecting this game to be just as good as Path of Exile and Diablo, which are both released games who have been out there for ages. And this is just out of early access. I'm commenting about the out of early access reviews, the ones that were on week 1 of early access. That's the ones I'm talking about. So most of those were super exaggerated, and by people who probably didn't spend enough time playing the game. There were people who were saying that it sucks that they can't play offline. Well, it's early access. They have to make sure they're seeing everything that's happening on the servers, so that they can monitor stuff and change stuff. I mean, there's gonna be offline mode when the game launches. So if someone wants to play offline, they gotta wait. I mean, it's not the right time for them to play this. It's really true that the game had a lot of problems on day 1 and 2 and 3 with disconnects and people not even being able to play. So things like that I understand people being unhappy about it, but again, it was like first day of early access, first week of early access.
Your health
You
is
can't
low.
expect it to have a smooth server connection. I've not played a single early access game that had that much how do I say it, interest, that attracted so much players in its day one of early access. So it's to be expected for them to kind of have some problems if thousands of players end up flooding the servers, like 2, 3, 4,000 or however many were trying to log in, and just you could read some of their posts. You can read one of the State of the Week posts. I think it was State of the Week 3 or 4, where they were kind of giving a post-mortem, a breakdown on what happened and what got broken and what just wasn't good enough in regards to the server's netcode and things like that. They were not expecting that many players, and they were not expecting that many things to break. But again, this is not equal to, for example, Wosen, who had the same thing happening when the game actually launched, who did not use early access to its fullest potential to get people to test stuff and break it before launching. I personally think most of the reviews just shouldn't exist and should be just discarded, and the game has a lot of potential behind it. Some people are saying the combat feels bad. Well, I love the combat. Some people are saying the game doesn't have enough skills and build variety. I love the skills and build variety, and we're getting even more with the rework of the relics. So there's this. And there's the obvious troll comments, people saying that it's a mobile port, which is the worst thing you can say about this game, because it's so far from a mobile port, so far. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who would enjoy the game, and yeah, let the haters fucking hate the game, let them post their bullshit reviews if they want to. But don't let this cloud your own judgment. Just test the game or watch someone playing the game. That's gonna be better. Even watching someone playing a game is better than reading someone's review, someone's hateful comment. Because people love trolling. There's a lot of there's like, I've noticed with ARPGs, there's a bunch of players, probably teenagers or children, who just when there's a new game releasing, they wouldn't even spend 2 hours playing it. They would just spend like a few minutes to an hour and then make a negative review of the game, just to troll. Honestly, there are some people whose comments are just so stupid that it makes me question humanity.
Your pet has returned.
But yeah, it's best to just make your own opinion about the game. Even watching a stream or a video recording of someone playing the game would give you a better idea than reading about it.
You are refreshed. You can't cast that here. You're gravely wounded.
And I'm pretty happy about the early access phase. I knew that there's gonna be some negativity as soon as I found out the game's gonna be doing Steam early access. I knew there was gonna be a lot of negativity, but also a lot of positive people who would play the game in its unfinished state and help make it better. So yeah, we can definitely together, by playing the game and giving feedback, make it or help making it better. Accidentally clicked on the wrong.
is full.
Okay. Is this better than what I'm wearing? Losing HP, winning defense. By the way, what's with certain games writing defense with C and other games writing it with S? Is it the difference between UK and American English? With the spelling? Like armor with OU and O, for example. Because in Chaosbane, Warhammer Chaosbane, this is defense with C, and this is defense with S. So I'm wondering if it's just the difference of UK and US English, or whether one of the games is spelling it wrong.
You are overloaded.
Now it's gonna give me a blue, of course. And making Mayhem Monday in about half an hour. For me, I'm always streaming. When Mayhem Mondays are happening, I'm always streaming, so I can't participate in those. It's just different time zones. I mean, I'm 10 hours difference between the developers. Developers are 10 hours behind me in time zones. So in order for me to participate in those dev events, I should stop streaming early and I should start streaming early. And it just kind of, yeah, the only thing I can do is hope for someone to actually record those conversations and upload them. It would be nice if the developers record those conversations and streams and whatever's happening and just upload them somewhere as an archive.
Your pet is back.
I would watch those while having my breakfast, dinner, lunch, or whatever. Should I put some stuff here, like... Okay, pet. Next, let's do one more map on this guy and maybe switch to another one.
You say that now.
Your pet has arrived.
Double HP or damage enhanced? Well, let's do this one. If it's gonna be double HP, it better be zombies. But yeah, hope there's something fun happening on the Mayhem Mondays. I would appreciate you guys updating me regarding what people are discussing in the Mayhem Mondays today, whenever it's done. It's 10:37 p.m. here, so you kind of can understand why I probably don't participate in those. Although in the group that we belong to with other streamers such as I Do Damage and Fox the moderator and the other moderators, in that group where it's me and even Jesterly if he's here, in that private group we do have kind of a direct access, direct line to communicate with the devs about the test server, the server I'm playing on, which is not the private server. It's not the public, it's more of a private test server. So I guess if I really want to ask about certain things, maybe I can just tag a dev in that one and wait for an answer. I'm really happy that they did make this group though. That they made this chat channel where we can discuss things about those test servers. So what item should I try and get today and test? I'm thinking of trying to get that entropy mage item. Is there anyone watching the stream right now that has tested the entropy mage weapon? Whether it works, whether it's broken? Because yesterday finding this this broken weapon for the what's its name, Demon Grasp for energy spike was kind of disappointing. But at least I'm also relieved that I managed to get the weapon and report the broken bug, so that it can get fixed. Took a while to finally get it to drop, but it did drop eventually. Which reminds me, do I have the bird's eye on this account? I'm wondering if I've got the bird's eye. I probably only have it on my wife's server forged. Let me quickly check. Bird's eye, bird's eye. Oh no, it's not unlocked. Oh, wow. Oh shit.
You have reached your end.
I did react, but the delay got me. I did press my spacebar. Right, time to switch heroes, I guess. The perfect time to switch heroes. Who do I switch to now? Haven't played Realmaster today yet. Booker T makes his comeback. It's slam time. Actually, it's not gonna be slam time. This is a train build. And the game doesn't like Booker T. Why game? Why are you not liking Booker T? The server's scared it's gonna be getting too many things to calculate. Too many procs. That proc monster setup. .1% chance to burn. Sorry, had to mute myself to sneeze. Let me go to my fort quickly. Oh, and I keep forgetting. Does Full Train work on Realmaster? Well, Full Train is 2 cards plus Shocking plus the basic car. So you basically, the only thing that you can consider Full Train is 1 + 2 + 1. That's how you can get full cars. So you cannot get this car and this car together, and you cannot get this car and this car together, which limits you to a combination of 2 between those 4, plus the basic, plus this one, which is basically an upgrade for the basic car, for the turret. So yeah, you can have, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. What I've got at the moment is 3 cars. I'm only using 3 cars. But I'm gonna make a quick break for toilet, because I've been postponing and now it's at the point where I just really need to go and take a leak. So I'm gonna do the BRB. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm gonna run a ad break quickly. I don't know how to run it on YouTube, so I probably can't. So yeah, just give me a moment and I'm coming right back. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. Let's remove this screen and let's do some killing. What do we need to kill now? A boss? Well, maybe Psora, Plaguebearer. Maybe Plaguebearer, Psora seems like a good natural combo. Am I gonna get disconnected and reset my progress down? That's the big question. I'm not even gonna use my shocking burst. So let's see, can I get disconnected without even using the shocking burst? Or maybe I'm gonna make a mistake and die. I mean, anything goes. Alright, we didn't get disconnected.
It seems like Mother's special recipe has done the
But she didn't drop items, maybe she's wagging.
green bug is sleeping in some kind of crispy prediction is right. When it comes out, it'll be bigger and hungrier than any of
Oh,
these
actually,
bugs
she died
ever.
here, but dropped the items
Work
here.
as a solid distraction.
Your inventory is full.
Okay. So we've cleared this one. Let's see how many maps it would take before I get disconnected now.
Oh boy. Again?
Lair of Goo. Let's do the Lair of Goo. Davy Antonio is saying KK. Okay. By the way, careful with the triple Ks. I know you didn't mean it with that meaning, but be careful that triple Ks has a kind of a nasty meaning. I know people just use it as okay, or as laughing. I know some people use it to laugh. My chat bot seems to not be filtering it, which I guess it knows that it's not meant for offensive language or something like that. And no, I'm not gonna use shocking rounds. It's gonna get me disconnected much easier. Shocking rounds will get me disconnected. I actually reworked my build a little bit to not use shocking rounds, but even without shocking rounds, I still get disconnected often. I wanted to play a little bit with this one as a difference. In fact, let's do that test. I want to test shocking rounds with shotgun instead of shocking rounds and flamethrower. Just something I wanted to test yesterday and I forgot to test it yesterday. Let's see if I'm gonna get disconnected now with shocking rounds in the mix. How much more? 4 more of those quest items.
It's trapped.
Alright, there's a build hive here. I should drop at least one. Come on, come on.
You are overburdened.
Why is it not hitting? I guess it was just delay.
It's a trap. You can't carry anymore.
Full again. And let's delete some stuff then. And send the pet to the town.
It's a trap.
What is happening here?
Your pack is too heavy.
Okay, I'm just gonna rush now.
It's trapped.
Let's see which boss we've got. Why is it telling me new item, which is the new... Ah, I think I know what the new item is. The helmet. It's showing me the forged one. Okay, that shouldn't be happening actually. That's a bug.
Your pet has returned.
Let's grab this one first, I guess. Come on, boss chest, open up.
Your pack is full.
A lot of stuff to get rid of.
You are overburdened.
Okay, next stop, fort. Should I switch heroes again? Hmm. Let's go sell actually. And what's the next zone?
Oh, so tough.
Your pet has
I'm
arrived.
probably gonna get the spike traps with gearwork bonus. First of all, let's see what's on my to get list for this quest, for quest specific stuff. I've got this on the live server, I've got this on the live server. So on this server I probably don't need anything. Maybe a doom pipe, a good rolled doom pipe would be nice. Because I can't put it... Oh, stinging wing. I still haven't gotten a stinging wing. So yeah, that's gonna be a nice thing to get to test that flying pig setup. But the flying pig setup would be something I would do with the Bane when they update the relics as a minion based build. The Summoner Realm Master with flying pigs and stacking minion damage. Hi man, please can you explain to me in few steps your build please? Playing same quest, thanks. Unbelievable Matt. Basically in a few steps how to explain the build. The key thing is the relic right now. And the key thing is chance to shock, so you can proc this. So basically when you have chance to shock means that you can shock the enemy, which means you can proc this skill. 35% chance when you hit a shocked enemy to call down a lightning strike on them, dealing 100% weapon damage. Chance to call down lightning when you hit a shocked enemy. So that's why you want chance to shock in your items. 30% is fine, 60% is amazing. If you get 100% overkill, but not bad. So this keeps proccing and this keeps stunning, and when it keeps stunning it keeps giving you extra damage, which is extra 65% damage versus stunned, blinded or sword targets. And if stunning is not enough, you can also use items like this shield, 25% chance to slow for 5 seconds. And you can see on my shield I've put chance to shock. I tried to get chance to shock and chance to shock, but I got chance to poison and chance to shock, which is fine. I mean, as long as I've got this chance to shock and I stack it with that skill there that I showed you, it's fine. But you really need to get at least one modifier on an offhand. It could be shield, it could be focus item. You want at least one time to have chance to shock, and ideally you would be stacking bolts fired on shock. So you can have bolts fired on shock on your weapon, you can have bolts fired on shock on your shield, and I think the gauntlets also can give you bolts fired on shock. So I do have this in my website as the seismic charger. But the seismic charger is kind of slightly different, yet still similar. I've kind of reworked it because I'm experimenting right now. So then you've got Violent Burst, which unleashes shock bolts when you kill an enemy, which each of those Violent Burst shock bolts can proc lightning strikes again. And for the skills, I'm actually not using the right skills here. I should be doing this with the current spending of the points. But ideally you would be using Flamethrower Car and Shocking Rounds. And you would have Shocking Rounds maxed out, and Shotgun Car would not be invested into. It would be 0 points. Right now I'm kind of experimenting with Shotgun Car. Relics cannot really be respected unless you craft a new one and level up a new one, which is the only way to respect a relic right now. But after the relic update, which is coming in 2-3 weeks maybe from now, maybe more, maybe less, can't tell for sure. After the relic update, there's gonna be a big change, and you're gonna be selecting one relic when you create your hero. There's gonna be a wipe, and after the wipe, once we create heroes, we would be picking the relic then. and supposedly this is gonna be a permanent choice. And relics would not be something you level up separately, it would be a third skill tree that you spend skill points. Like you've got 60 out of 60 skill points here, as you can see. I've spent all 60 skill points, I've gotten all 60 skill points. So whether we're gonna have 60 or 80 or 100, I don't know, but we would have skill points that we share between Slammer, Conductor and the relic. And there's gonna be more active and passive skills to invest into. So each relic would have a bunch of skills. I'm not gonna give you a number, but a bunch of skills that you can invest into. So it's gonna really feel like a new skill tree. Each relic would actually have more skills, passives and active, than the current skill trees. And thank you for the follow, dude. Welcome to the Struck Club. Nice having you here. Hope you're enjoying your stay. I'm gonna keep, after this fight, I'm gonna keep explaining about my items for this build. Although the items you can see on my website, the items that I suggest using, you can see there. But I'm gonna give you some little bit of information from what I'm wearing right now. It's mostly certain legendaries that you might want to consider synergizing. The most important legendary probably would be this one, the Cosmic Boots. And using a basic attack build, preferably a melee basic attack. Can I reset the points for skills, or should I XP a new hero? You can respect the points for a hero. Basically you need things like this, where is it? I'm gonna show you. You need things called respectacles. This thing I just got. So as you kill bosses, you would keep getting those respectacles. And it's not just bosses, you can also do contracts. So if you go here on contract, and if you switch contract to any version, any contract has 40 levels you can complete. After completing those 40 levels, there's 10 repeatables. 10 repeatable levels that never end. So let's check at this one. So this contract gives you one respectable at level 9, then another one at 19, another one at 31, another one at 46. And keep in mind, between 41 and 50, you start respecting. After you finish level 50, you go back to 41. Then you go back to 50 and back to 41. That's kind of the whoop. And every 10 levels you get at level 6 respectacle. So you can farm those from bosses and end of map enemies, mini bosses, or you can get them from contracts. And once you get one of those, what you do is you press I, you go to consumables, you use it. Let me show you before using it. See, I've got 17 respectacles. So if you've got respectacles here, a certain number, you can go to a skill station and use those respectacles. So now I'm gonna use that respectacle, and from 17 I'm gonna get 18. That means I can remove 18 points one by one. Every respectacle allows you to remove 1 point from a skill. So hope this was clear and it makes sense. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to assist. But yeah, it's a fun setup. It's a fun setup, and the main damage does not come from direct damage, it comes from procs. So you want things that do a lot of hits per second. That's why I like the basic attack with attack speed and the seismic charges. And I like shocking rounds, and I like the flamethrower. But there's a lot of things that can happen. You can burn the enemies, and every burn can proc a lightning strike as well. And as you saw, that 65% damage to shocked, not to shocked, but to stunned Blinded or Sword applies to anything, any type of damage, basic attacks, skills, trains, any type of damage that you do. Even your relic skills would do more damage once you have 6 points invested into Blinding Flash or whatever it was called. Lantern Flash. And the best thing is you don't have to be using Lantern Flash on your skill bar. You just invest 6 points into it, and then it stays as a passive skill. As long as you get the tier 2 bonus, it would stay as a passive skill. I would also suggest getting a conductor helmet, so you can get gauntlets, boots and helmet. And then you can get blue chest with flat damage and blue legs with flat or percent damage or crit damage. Attack speed for basic attacks is nice as well. Damage when near your train is broken and doesn't seem to work, by the way. At least it didn't like 3-4 days ago when I was testing this. But yeah, I can't wait to see how I can rework this build once they rework the relics. I'm still gonna try and do a shock one. The max level is 60, yeah. 60 is the max level right now. You have the cosmic shoulders and hands. Well, you can try and start gambling for the boots. If you're gonna be doing a basic attack build, the boots are amazing. The shoulders are not bad, but for shoulders I would try and get skittering shoulder or arc shoulders. Skittering gives you nice damage reduction stacking, and arc shoulders is also amazing. Let me show you. Wait, why have I got this here? Oh, I accidentally equipped the wrong item here. This should be... Where did it go? Wait. So skittering shoulder is somewhere here. It gives you a 50% damage reduction field for 15 seconds. You don't need the set bonus, it's still fine to get it for 15 seconds. That's gonna stack very well. That's kind of an overkill, but it's nice. The other shoulder, the arc powered shoulder, is also pretty solid choice. Arc powered shoulders. When you activate your relic, become charged up for 15 seconds, gaining movement speed and dealing damage to nearby enemies on hit. This is probably the better option. Even if you don't get it as a set bonus, and just have it for 15 seconds instead of 30 seconds, it's still pretty decent. Oh, of course it's gonna be a bug. Of course it's gonna be a bug that despawns the enemy for me. Alright, let's... I have to go to character selection because I can't escape this. I'm stuck now. This always happens. If it's not gonna be disconnect, it's gonna be a bug with the boss not spawning. If it's not gonna be a bug or disconnect with the boss spawning, it's gonna be the quest not being able to be completed. Yeah, but that's because I'm playing on a test server, which is supposed to be a little less stable and a little less experimental, a little more experimental. And now my progress is reset back to like 2-3 maps ago.
So you buy in or what?
But yeah, right now the end game feels very bare, let's say, especially with those disconnects and those bugs where there's no boss. But I've already reported all of those things. That they really need to be addressed, and they know, the developers already are aware of all of it.
Good luck out there.
They've even included this information in some of the posts, Steam posts. Okay, I'm gonna do one more map because you're playing a similar build, so just so you can see a little bit more gameplay, but then I'm switching. Look who is in the unbelievable list. Gary, what is the unbelievable list? Who is in the... I'm not sure what you mean. Is it unbelievable Matt? Having some sort of list? I'm gonna open up Matt's channel just to see whether there's something about that. What I'm not sure what you mean about the unbelievable list. On my screen, top left. My screen, top left. Oh, yeah, that's on my overlay. Yeah. That's the events list. The events list. Gary is still there. And yeah, your name is still there. It's the latest 4 events over here. This one. This one. Okay. Okay, let's see what's here. I set one more map, so let's do it. Let's just quickly complete a map. Hopefully don't get disconnected or a glitchy boss. Okay, now we can try and make this map a quick one. Do you know when offline mode will be coming? Yeah, offline mode will be coming when the game launches. We don't know the exact date, but it will be coming with the game's launch. There might be some testing before the game launches. Like, they might probably let us do some early testing of that mode a few weeks before the game launches, but for now we don't know anything about when the game launch would be, or whether they would let us test it before the game's launch. I believe they would probably let us test it so we can find some bugs and things like that. But since it's gonna be offline mode, they probably wouldn't care much about exploits in the offline. Because offline means saves stored locally, means people would be able to cheat. But that also means modding, which is great. I love modding. So for the offline mode, I believe at best we're probably gonna test it 1 or 2 weeks before the launch, maybe a month before the launch on the test realm, just to give them some feedback and maybe if there's some bugs and glitches that are game breaking. I don't think there will be any, but in case there is any testing of it before the launch, it probably would be right before it, like in the last 2-3 weeks before the launch. That's just my guess though. But they have confirmed it's coming when the game launches. That is a known fact for now. I can't wait for the Torchlight community to start doing mods. Can't wait to see some amazing mods of the game making their way onto the modding sites, onto the Steam workshop. And playing with those weird and nice mods myself. Losing evasion. Actually, I'm winning evasion, losing defense. A lot of defense is what I'm gonna lose, but I'm getting the nice shoulder, the nice arc-powered shoulder. Okay, enough looting. Let's go do some more shooting. And a disconnect, of course. Alright, I'm switching heroes now. The game's telling me it's had enough of this stuff and it wants me to switch heroes. Let's play on this mage now. As for whether it's gonna be a Star Citizen launch, I don't think so. I mean, for now they're planning on launching this year, but if things are not ready, I'd much rather them delay it again and launch next year if it's not ready by the end of this year. Because I want a good, stable, balanced experience. Even if it's not entirely balanced, as long as it's stable and as long as there's enough rewards in the end game to keep me playing, to keep me motivated, I'm gonna be happy with it. Let's try getting certain items. Let's see this. Okay. And let's see this. And this. But yeah, right now the shock relic is probably the strongest one. On this hero I'm not using it. This is my one build here that I'm not using it. Although if I use it, it's still gonna be a strong setup.
Potions for your little friend? See you next time.
The Ancient One's token. Of course it's gonna be the Ancient One's token. Do I want this one? Let's play with it for a bit. And let's go to my fort. Do you know how to play Flaming Destroyer? Was on toilet, sorry. I know how to play Flaming Destroyer. I mean, there's different ways. Do you want to play it with an active skill or do you want to play it with procs? If you want to play it with procs, you need chance to burn in your items. So let's open up a Flaming Destroyer. Let's say you want to play without the active skill, without Sword Smash. So that means 0 points into Sword Smash if you don't want it. That means the first points, the first 10 points you might want to put here. Then you might want to put 10 points here, then 10 points here. Or maybe 10 points here, 1 point here, then 10 points here, then 10 points here. Then at one point you would have to put 5 points here, then another 9 points here, and then another 5 points. So the way I would do it is 10, 1, 5, 10, 10, 9, 5. If I want a Flaming Destroyer proc build. Similar to how I play the Whitening, just with Firestorm and Magma Burst. If you want to be using the active skill, then that's a whole nother way of building. That means you would have to have this on your skill bar. And that means you would have to invest into cooldown and damage for the relic skills. So you're gonna have to make different choices. So you gotta tell me which type of build you're looking for, I guess. Oh no, I'm not gonna do level 40. This is just painfully boring and slow.
What will it be? Again? You must...
You're going for active. Well, for the active, I would suggest 10 points here, 10 points here, 10 points here, 10 points here, and 10 points here, maybe. And then maybe 0 points here, and maybe 0 points here and 0 points here. So I would suggest this one would be your 5 10 pointers. That means you gotta make up for losing crit chance, unless you want this crit chance. If you want this crit chance, you have to sacrifice 5 points from maybe from this one. Maybe sacrifice 5 points from this or this or this. This one's actually a very good thing to sacrifice. So you can maybe do 10 10 5 10 10 5. But you're gonna have to make up for the burning chance was and the crit chance was. But okay. As for resetting, no, you cannot reset relic points. You just need to level up a new one. It doesn't take too long. I mean, you can level up a new relic in a few hours and have it at level 50. A day's grind. Confused player, what changes? I'm not sure when you last played Confused player. And welcome to my channel. The patch is tomorrow. The patch is tomorrow. So if you wanna be doing, if you wanna talk about changes, I'd rather wait for tomorrow's patch, cause I'm playing on the test server. And the test server has some things that the live server doesn't have yet, like the end game that I'm doing right now. But probably the patch tomorrow would have some changes that are not on this realm as well. Maybe some more stability, and we'll see, we'll see. I mean, I'm just waiting for the patch tomorrow to see what they've got in store. If you've not played on the test realm, some of the changes that you would notice would be the relic skill, the relic activation skill with E is now a hotkey SWAT, which you can replace with anything else if you want to. So if you don't want to be using your relic activation, you can just change it. Then you've got items that give you chance to evade, which stacks up to 40%. 40% is the cap of chance to evade. You can stack chance to evade with chance to block. And when you max both of them, you only have 36% chance to get hit. If you have 40 block chance and 40 evasion.
You're nearly dead.
So those are the major changes, along with the end game mode, which I'm doing right now. So that's some of the changes that are probably coming tomorrow. Along with some others that may not be on this realm even. We'll see. Now I'm gonna make, the day after tomorrow, I will make a video about the patch and all the changes. I will make that video. I always make videos after a patch. Sometimes it's not immediately after the patch because I need more time to play and figure out all the new stuff. Sometimes it might be on the next day. It's gonna be very rare for me to make a video on the day when the patch comes out, because normally when patches come out it's 8 in the evening or 9 in the evening or 10 in the evening my time, and I just can't I can't do it this quickly without playing. But yeah, we'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow what the patch brings. And then I can tell you regarding all the changes while playing and checking stuff. As for the wipe, yeah, they're doing a wipe, and it's not just one. There's gonna be one wipe in a few weeks when they change the relics, and then there's gonna be another wipe before the game launches. Right at the end of early access, before the launch, there will be another wipe. So in 2, 3, 4 weeks or whatever it takes them to be ready with the relic patch, there's gonna be the first wipe. And the last wipe would be right before early access ends and the game launches. Whether there's gonna be other wipes in between, for now they're not planning, but you never know, they might end up changing something so much that it requires another one, the same way it happened with the relics. But them having to make a wipe means they're making a major change, meaning they're listening to a lot of feedback and just taking the game in a different direction for the better. I'm actually very happy with what they're doing with the relics. My only, if one can even call it a problem, would be if the relic choice is permanent and if I only have 10 hero slots. If I have 20 hero slots, I wouldn't even care whether the relic choice is permanent. But if I only have 10 hero slots, then I won't be able to do all of them without deleting. Because you would have 20 different combinations of heroes and relics. 5 different relics for all 4 heroes. And if I have to delete heroes, just so I can try them with different relics, it's gonna feel bad. But if I can make 20 heroes, level them up to 60, try them out with fully made builds, I'm actually gonna do it. Believe me, I will do it. If I have to delete heroes, I'm gonna be doing it on the test server. Because on the test server you can skip the quests and power yourself to level 46 with the click of a button. Okay, should I change this? It's obviously broken, so I don't need it there. What am I gonna put? I'm gonna put this one there. The relic updates on PTR? No, the relic updates are not on the PTR and probably won't be coming until like 1 or 2 weeks from now. And there's probably gonna be a short window of time when the update of the relic would be on the test realm, but not on the test realm that I'm playing, but not on the public test realm. Because keep in mind, I'm not playing on the public test realm. I'm playing on another one that probably gets early bird on certain things, and that means I'm not gonna be able to stream until they showcase the relics on the official stream or as a post on Steam. So if they add them to the server I'm playing on, I would probably need to stop streaming from this server until they give us the green light. That's how it was with the end game. There were a few days during which I could play on this server, but I couldn't stream it because they haven't showcased the end game to the rest of the people via the official stream. Which skills I should get for the Flaming Destroyer? Well, as I said, if you want to use an active skill, I would probably do it like this: 10 point, 10 point, 5, 10, 10 and 5. Or 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 and not put points here. If you want to use the active. If you don't want to use the active, I would go 20 points here, 20 points here and 10 points here if you don't want to use the active skill. That's just examples, but that's how I would have done it myself. Arc-powered helmet. Well, I don't want to get rid of my Celestial Mask. But I want to see what this looks like. I've not seen it. Oh, it looks amazing. Wow. Right, I gotta zoom this and rotate. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm definitely liking this. But yeah, I can't get rid of my Celestial. It's just I really need that bonus. Oh, what spells to use? On the Realm Master, let me quickly
Is back.
open my browser. Share that with you. So on the Realm Master, you're probably gonna be using with the Flaming Destroyer. You're probably gonna want to get Flamethrower Car. Max this one out. You're probably gonna wanna get this one maxed out. You're probably gonna wanna get this to at least tier 2. This to at least tier 2. This to at least tier 2. Maybe this to tier 2 as well for cooldowns. You would really want this tier 2. You would want this maxed out, and you would want this at least tier 2. At least tier 2. So if you don't have a bonus skill points from skills, I would suggest maybe sacrificing the cooldowns and going for those 2 points, and then but ideally you would have the helmet. You would ideally have the helmet, which means this would be 8 levels. This would be, I'm gonna do it just a second. Ideally you would have 8 levels. This means you would need 4 points here, only 8 points here, only 4 points here. You can get 4 points here, and that means you need another 2 points here and another points here. So that's probably what you're gonna have if you have the helmet. So that's probably gonna be your setup. Something like, assuming you're gonna be doing my basic attack build, but check the build on my website if you want, or my video on YouTube if you want some more ideas regarding how to play it. But I would do it like this, with the Flaming Destroyer for a shocking or for a flaming build. You can experiment with using Lantern Flash instead of the Blasting Charge, but I don't think you should use that. As long as you have chance to slow on your skills, on your shield or offhand, you should be fine. And yeah, that's not a bad choice for the train stuff. Alright, enough of this. Let's hide this window. Here we go.
Welcome back, contender.
Let's do another map. It's 37 past 11 p.m. so almost midnight here. 20 minutes until it's midnight here.
So decisive. Oh, are you
Trying to find something with gearwork maybe. Come on, give me gearworky. There isn't gearworky.
oh so tough? So decisive. can take it.
Maybe let's do a boss fight now. That won't be bad if we do a boss fight now. Let's show you Strong Tusk. I love how they've changed his mechanics to be like the old ones. Except there's still one of the Strong Tusk mechanics from the old days is missing. That's the charge one. But the charge mechanic could be abused and exploited to get the boss stuck. And to just attack it from long range. So I assume that's why they removed it. There was a mechanic of this boss where it would keep charging at you. And yeah, you could get him stuck in a corner and just attack him from afar and just kill him easily. So they probably removed it for that reason, so people don't abuse that. But they've added the crystals, the Netherine Pylons. So he's now a Protoss. Although those pylons have unreasonably high HP. I don't understand why those pylons have so much HP. Makes no sense. They didn't have this much HP back in the day. I mean, the boss dies quicker than the pylons. I mean, 25% of the boss's HP goes down quicker than killing a pylon. Oh fuck.
Your journeys have ended.
I didn't even see what killed me. Was it a Plague Bringer? I mean Plague Bearer. Must have been a poison bow that killed me. But yeah, this is so boring. Having this much HP on those pylons. It almost feels like it never got tested on Ridiculous. And probably only got tested in practice. I need to send feedback. Let me write this down quickly. Strong Tusk Pylon HP is OP. File save. Oops, no. Save. More books. .txt. Alright. Let's do another one of those if we can. I'm gonna redo this one. And I'm always happy to help, Matt. I'm looking forward to you telling me how the build ends up being once you rework it and level up the relic and change your skills.
Your health is low.
Wait, why did the pylon die so quickly now? What happened? Did you see what happened? The pylon now died super quickly. Was it bugged? It might have been bugged, honestly. Because I'm doing the exact same level. Exact same difficulty. And the pylon right now gets destroyed normally. That's how it normally ends up dying. So what was happening before, it could have been really a bug. that was making the Pylon have more HP. Because right now this seems legit. This seems like the regular HP of it. Most likely was a bug. Yeah, it must have been. You saw how quickly I killed it this time compared to last time. On the exact same stage, exact same difficulty.
You are overburdened.
No wonder why sometimes it's like this and sometimes it isn't. Oh! Oh! This is amazing. An amazing sword. One of the best one-handed swords I've found recently, if not the best. Chance to shock, flat damage, and built-in, and two enchant sockets. This is gonna be missed. This item will be missed. This item, once I get flat damage at the bottom, it's gonna be super strong. Because it's 5300 without the extra flat damage. And I can add between 8 and 900 extra damage to it on each enchantment slot. So let's say I add 1600 more, that's gonna be what, 6900. With 30% chance to shock. What do you think is the best class in Torchlight? I don't think there is a best class. I can tell you for survivability, the Realm Master is probably the best. But soon the Forged would be just as good. For big hit damage on a single hit, the Mage and the Sharpshooter are probably the ones. But yeah. It's not about favorite classes, it's not about best classes, it's about best builds on each class. Each class has some very strong builds. But yeah, if you want survivability, Realm Master is probably the go-to class. With basic melee attacks or swammer attacks or with shield car. Wait, I'm not sure what you mean. I see they are saying it's 30% chance to shock times the electrode 35% chance equals 1005% chance. What do you mean by that? I don't see the logic about this. Dude, the electrode, you've got something confused, man. The electrode is not chance to shock. The electrode is not chance to shock. The electrode is 35% chance when you hit a shocked enemy. Let me quickly switch heroes so you can see what I'm talking about. The electrode does not do chance to shock. It has chance when you hit a shocked enemy. So first you have chance to shock, then you have chance when you hit a shocked enemy to proc the skill. So you're probably very... If it's on the devs Discord, they probably misunderstood the question. That's probably a completely different thing, because it's not a chance to shock. You might have whoever asked the question probably didn't word it correctly, and the devs probably thought about the chance to shock on electrode, which yes is additive, But that's the first skill, it's not the third skill. Let me go on a electrode setup to show you. Maybe the question was worded differently, but let me quickly tell you what probably they are talking about. The chance to shock of the electrode is here, chance to shock. I never put points into it. This one is wrong because I didn't level it up. This one was leveled up by the NPC. So let me quickly switch to a different hero, because that's not the right hero to use as an example. Let's go on this one. So when I was saying 35%, back then earlier, I was referring to this one. This is 35% chance, but this is not chance to shock. This is chance when you hit a shocked enemy. Just pay attention to the text there. This is chance to shock, yes. And this can go up to 25%. And this is 25% chance to shock when you activate the relic. And you get this extra 50% chance to shock, which is, as you said, multiplicative or whatever it's called. So this is the chance to shock that increases my current one. I can even demonstrate it when I go into a map. Do I have a map works? You're gonna see my chance to shock changing, and you're gonna see the numbers changing. And you're gonna see what you said happening. But 35%, where do you even get the 35% from? I think again there must have been a confusion there. The chance to hit shocked enemy got confused with chance to shock. And not sure who asked the question and how the question was asked. But definitely something was misunderstood there. If you have 35% shock chance, Relic has 35% chance to proc 3, so you get 12 points. What? Who the hell asked a question like this? Is that comma as 1000, or is that a decimal, or is that a comma? So what is that, 12,000, or is that 12.225? Because that's a comma, and that shouldn't be a comma. Who asks questions like those? Really, really. That should be a decimal point, and yeah. Yes, that's actually really true. That is how it is. But again, if you have 35% shock chance, exactly that's what's probably gonna happen. But yeah, that's very, very weirdly worded. Very weirdly worded. So let's check my chance to shock right now. Right now I've got chance to shock. Wait, 0.1. I should have 27. Oh wait, that's my cannon. Shock chance 28%. If I activate the relic, it becomes 78%. So from 28 I got to 78%. Which means this 50% chance here is additive. 28 plus 50 equals 78% chance to shock. So if I get my shock chance to 100 when activating this, that means 35% chance when I hit an enemy would be doing the hit. Again, you set it with 35% chance to shock and 35% chance to proc. That's what you said, 12.225. But here's the thing. That's not when you shock an enemy. That's when you hit a shocked enemy. So you have to shock it only once, and the shock duration, as you can see, the shock duration is what, 1 second, and you can increase it with certain things for more, but it's 1 second. So if you're using something like the spin to win, it's gonna be proccing often. The numbers could be small, but believe me, it's proccing a lot more often than one might think. Look at that, with just 28% chance to shock, let's try and find a lot of enemies. You can see it procced just now once, procced once. And that's strong, I mean, it is strong. The more enemies you've got, the more shock bolts you've got, the more things that hit per second you've got, the stronger it is. That's why with the train build it's proccing so often, because you've got so many things hitting at once, and it's proccing so many things at... you see how many times those lightning strikes are hitting. It's obvious that it's proccing often, I mean, you can see how many of those are happening. Whenever you see that big lightning coming from the sky, it's most likely this thing. Sometimes it could be the Stormblade on my other build, on my Realmaster build, but I don't use Stormblade on this one. So let's group them up to show you. Let's group up some more so you can see what I mean. Now I'm at 78% chance to shock, meaning things are just proccing all the time almost. Probably not the best build to demonstrate this, but I've already shown you with the other builds, you've seen it, how often it procs with the train. But yeah, I don't know why we even started talking about this. What was the point of talking about this? And when a mob dies, it explodes into what's it called, into shock bolts. So yeah, it does those shock bolts, and those shock bolts, if they end up hitting a shocked enemy, they've got 35% chance to proc lightning strike if they hit the shocked enemy. But when the mob dies, there's 65% chance to unleash this, which is pretty high. I mean, 65% is super high chance for something like that happening. But again, it's all random, it's all random. I could have my shock chance at 30% and might end up hitting 5 times in a row and shocking with all 5 hits. I might have it at 30% chance and then hit another 5 times and then fail to shock on all 5 times. It's RNG, so unless you have it at 100%, you can't guarantee it. So when it's percentages, I mean, of course, the more the better. They're saying it was overpowered. Well, it is overpowered, I mean, but so is the content. The content is also overpowered right now. So it's just strong enough to do the current content the game can throw at you, without you feeling that it's taking forever to kill enemies. Believe me, after a certain point it just becomes boring doing the current endgame. But again, I'm gonna wait for the relic rework, and once they rework the relics, that's when I'm gonna decide what is overpowered, what isn't, what needs boosting, what needs nerfing, and so on. But yeah, the Electrode right now is super nice, and it feels good to play it. But if you wanna get the most out of the Electrode, you gotta be using things that do a lot of hits per second. A lot of hits per second means a lot of chances, a lot of dice rolls for proccing per second. That's why Rapid Fire, Rapid Strike, Cyclone Mode, what else? So Rapid Fire, Rapid Strike, the Cyclone Mode is nice, and then things like Fracking Strike as well, they have a lot of shockwaves. Then there's things like Energy Spike, then there's things like Entropy, that also can proc a lot of times per second. Then there's Targeted Strikes, then there's Summoning Skills, especially ranged summons like the Archers and the Goblin Gunners and things like that. That's things that can proc it often. That's why I like this, because it opens up a lot of interesting ways to play it. It forces you into play, not forces you, but nudges you into getting builds that rely on multiple hits per minute, or per second maybe, let's say. It makes you get the fastest attacking thing you can get. For example, when you're going for a basic attack build, you want to have more attacks per second, so you can have more procs per second, and things like that. That's why you might want to be using a sword or a staff or a mace as basic attacks. I mean, let's wait for the relic update, see how the meta shifts, see what each relic would do with synergized builds for those. There's gonna be so much content. I mean, I'm gonna need probably a month just to get all the builds I wanna make out of the way. And if I'm switching between Wosen and this game, if I end up liking the new rebalance changes for Wosen, it's definitely gonna take me a while to cover all the builds I wanna cover here and there. Oh, of course, this is gonna happen, of course. Thankfully it's a map work only, so there's that. Alright, let's play a little bit on the Sharpshooter, get disconnected a few more times. But yeah, I just love the Electrode in its current shape. It feels like the only relic that's not underpowered in regards to proc builds. In regards to relic active skill builds, I'm not a really big fan of it. Right now I'm not a big fan of this relic active skill of the Electrode after they changed it, this one, Walkaway Storm. Because it's only once every second, and it's only 6 seconds, so that's only 3 strikes. 3 strikes at 540% weapon damage or something like that with the Forged, I think. I'm not sure how much the damage can go for, haven't tested it. So it's only 6 hits. And it's only a single enemy that gets struck. Whereas, for example, if you're using Spinning Blade as a relic active skill, you can hit multiple enemies. And it does a lot more damage. It does 630% damage on a fully buffed up Forged. 630% weapon damage is a lot.
Well chosen.
Let's do that one.
Nicely.
Maybe this one. But yeah, I've already seen what they want to do to every relic, and I can tell you every relic has some very fun builds that you can do with it. For every relic I already have in my mind at least 3 to 4 builds for every hero. So that's at least 80 builds or 60 builds that I've got already in my mind that I want to try and experiment with specific items. I'm just waiting to see which items would replace the relic active skill and which skills would be benefiting from items like the Egg of Mayhem and the Skittering Shoulder and all of that. I want to see which items would trigger those effects, which relic skills would trigger those effects before I can finalize those builds that I've already got ideas for. So yeah, a lot of variety would be coming to the table of build making with this game. My pet's bugging me. He can't wait a half an hour. I'm gonna be... it's midnight here. 4 minutes past midnight. You know, I already have said multiple times I normally stream until half past midnight or so. And I fed my pet when I started streaming, so he's a little bit too early with the begging for food. He's gonna have to wait another half an hour to eat on schedule. So with this skill, for example, not only am I shocking, not only can I shock with every single poison projectile, but I also can proc those whitening strikes with every single projectile. And if an enemy keeps getting hit, you see how many times the whitening is striking sometimes on an enemy. And that's without even me activating my burst. So my shock chance right now I think is like 60%. Is it? Let's see. No, 32%. 32% shock chance only. Alright. I'm a big fan of this setup. I can't wait to try this setup once they rework the relics. What do you mean by 2 mace isn't better than pistol as shock build? Pistol is not that great because it's ranged attack. Sword, mace and staff are probably the best because they are fast attack speed and they are melee range. And melee range means you get fighter spirit. Fighter spirit means you get up to 70% damage reduction after doing that melee attack. Pistol is the weapon I use on my train right now, on my train build, because I've got an amazing pistol. No other reason. I just got super overpowered pistol with a lot of damage on it, which is gonna be hard to beat unless I get a better sword or a mace or a staff. Actually, I prefer sword or mace because I can use an offhand and get more enchants on the offhand. Even for the price of some damage, it's fine. For the price of damage and crit chance, because two-handers have some more crit chance built in.
You are overloaded.
On this build, I'm using the mace because, well, look at this mace. Just look at it. 6.3k without even enchantments on it. Imagine this having 2 enchantments. That would have been 8,100 roughly, or between 8 and 8,200 damage, depending on the enchant rolls. Would have been super strong if it had 2 enchantments. So on sharpshooter, I don't care what I'm using. On sharpshooter, my weapon is a stat stick. On my basic attack build, on my Rail Master, I really do care about the weapon. And I do prefer for it to be one-handed, fast attacking melee weapon. Here I don't care, as long as it's one-handed and I can use a offhand or a very very strong two-handed. I just need enough shock chance, that's what I need, enough damage and enough shock chance on this build. And I've got shock chance here, I've got the damage here, and I've got some extra crit damage on the offhand as well. Would have preferred some crit chance somewhere there. Okay, let's see here what's happening. But yeah, normally in this game, if you're not using basic attacks, the weapon is just a stat stick. That has always been the case, and I love it. I love being able to get a benefit from a weapon, even if I don't use basic attacks. I love when games allow me to choose whether I want to use basic attacks and go for a basic attack build, or whether I want my weapon to just be a stat stick and just use spells and skills and other things. Sorry, my headset needs to be recharged. I need to pull the cable from the other end of the bed. Fuck. Okay, here it is, just a moment. I'm using a USB extender for my headset's cable, so it can reach my bed when I'm sleeping and charging the headset. Had to pull that cable. Alright, this one seems to obviously be lagging and delaying. What's happening? No drop? Is there another one of those that I didn't kill? Yeah, there is.
Your inventory is full.
Right, what have we here? Gotta send the pet to the town. Is this map ending soon? Very, very soon. So I'm open for requests for my last map after this. It's probably gonna be just one because the time is not gonna be enough. If anyone wants me to switch heroes, from the heroes I've got, which are the mage summoner, the mage regular damage, the train basic attack realm master, or the spin to win forged, or this one, which one people wanna see me play for the final map of the day. I can switch after this one.
Your pack is too heavy.
Oh, that pack, that pack. It's always too heavy. Oh wow. What if disconnects? Hello Vidinov or Vidinau, Vidnau. Welcome back, dude. You're kind of catching me at the end of the stream, but I've got one more map. I've got one more map to do. Oh, you tried my build. Which build though? Which build did you try? I'm not sure regarding which build you're talking. If you could elaborate, it would be great. Relic doesn't work. Which relic doesn't work? You gotta elaborate here regarding which build and which relic. Because yeah, right now I have no idea exactly what build you're talking about. The passive thunder doesn't work, then you don't have chance to shock. You need chance to shock. This thunder strike only works if you hit a shocked enemy. So you need chance to shock. 20, 30, 40, you need some percentage to shock for a certain amount of seconds. Because this thunder works only if you hit an enemy that has already been shocked. And keep in mind, this shock is only for 1.4 seconds. So within that 1.4 seconds, I need to have hit the enemy again to have 35% chance to proc the thunder. So that's why I use this thunder only on builds where I know I've got. A lot of hits per second. But yeah, chance to shock is the key component that you might be missing. So find a shield or an offhand and enchant it with chance to shock in the enchanting station. That's your best choice. Or to find something that already has chance to shock, like a weapon, like this one. Or this one has chance to shock as well. I mean, if you get two sockets on an offhand, and you get on those two sockets 2 times chance to shock, and get around 50 to 60 chance to shock, that's gonna be super strong. Believe me, it's gonna be amazing. I don't use the active. On certain builds I use it, but not on the electrode builds. Only on the forged. On the forged spin to win I use it. But again, I don't know which build you're talking about. Are you talking about Sharpshooter, about Realmaster, about Mage? I really have no idea which exact build, because I've got multiple electrode builds. On this account I've got 4 electrode builds, for example. On this server. On the other server I've got a few as well. Oh, here, this build. Oh yeah. I'm not using the relic active. I'm using Scout's Bones instead of the relic active. And I'm using Rizzy's Fate as well. So basically my points here should look like, your relic points should look like this. Just a quick moment. So this is my Firefox, and I'm gonna show you what you want your points to look like. Let's select electrode, and you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then this one to 10, and then this one to 10. That's your order of leveling up. At least that's the order I like to do when leveling up. So the first 10 levels you wait until this one is unlocked. Then you put 10 points here, then 1 point here, then 5 points here, then 10 points, 10 points, another 9 points, and another 5 points. That's kind of what I normally do. Okay, let's finish this map. Wrap it up. Wrap it up like a tortilla sandwich. So yeah, hopefully this helps you figure out what to do with the relic skills. I intentionally didn't show you my current relic skills because they're broken. On this account, I mean on this hero, the NPC leveled this up for me, and it's got points into places I don't want points to be. That's why I showed you the one from my browser. Because don't look my current points into this class are not the right way. And since I can't respect them, I'm stuck with those until I level a new one. And I'm not gonna level up a new one because this is getting wiped soon in a few weeks. So not gonna try too hard. No point in trying too hard. Come on, come on. It's amazing, I love it, I love it. We're gonna have it in one way or another, probably not as strong as it is right now, but we're gonna have something similar to this thing when they rework it. Not exactly the same, but still there's gonna be a way to get a similar build. Not exactly the same, but very similar build after the rework. I will be trying to replicate it as close as possible after they rework the relic skills. But this is a very fun build, honestly, with the poison bolts that are shooting in every direction, and there's so many of them. What's there not to like? I live for crazy builds like this one. Proc monster builds, as I like to call those builds. Okay, we've got a boss fight ahead of us. This goat, I guess we can get this goat. I give up on this goat, we're not gonna get it. Clearing of Tragedy, okay. Is that a FWAC? Did we just set a FWAC with the name of this name? Is my hero gonna die now, tragically? It's our old friend Bruce Killis. Try Hard 4. Starring now Bruce Killis in Try Hard 4. What was it? The last Mohican. This would be the first Mohican. Bruce Killis. Alright, I think that's gonna be it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's 25 past midnight here. Time to say goodbye. Thanks everyone for watching. Keep it cool, folks, and until next time from me. Goodbye.